Thank you for being here for Fox 10 News at noon. We begin with the news alert. Hunter Biden indicted on 3 gun-related charges. The special counsel appointed by Attorney General Merrick Garland indicting Hunter Biden on gun charges.
That's after a plea deal was made and then struck down in July on gun and text-related charges. Now, this is the first time in U.S. history that a special counsel has indicted the son of a sitting president.
Hunter Biden now has 3 felony gun charges with the possibility of 25 years in prison. But what will come of this? Welcome to another installment of the Connecticut Gun Bench. Today's video is brought to you by P.A.N. Firearms, LLC. P.A.N. Firearms, the NRA certification and multifaceted gun training. You can reach us at 203-300-6343 or use our website at www.panfirearmsllc.com. As always, there'll be a link in the description box. And if you like my channel, like my content, what I do here, you can use the link in the description box. Everything is appreciated. Let's talk about this. Now, this is something that I have spoken about pretty often concerning Hunter Biden and his dance with the ATF and these gun charges. If you remember, I did a video on him when his girlfriend, ex-sister-in-law, threw away his gun, and it was stolen, basically. But it was a potential situation that would get the rest of us, would give us the automatic 10 years. But there was also another story where he, how can I put this? Lied on the 4473, which is chargeable up to 15 years. And then, of course, the fact that he was addicted to illegal narcotics and owned a firearm. So they have decided to go ahead and charge him. Now, I wonder about the political ramifications of this, because like I said earlier, any one of us had done the same thing, we'd be in jail already. And the ATF would be at our house taking all our personal property without question. But let's come into here, because I'm going to go break this down. But Hunter Biden could face up to 25 years in prison on federal gun charges, but I highly doubt it. The revelation of charges comes amid a former impeachment inquiry into President Biden. President Biden's son, Hunter Biden, was indicted Thursday on federal firearms charges and could face up to 25 years in prison, according to court documents. Biden is facing 3 criminal counts, including making a false statement in the purchase of a firearm, which carries a maximum of up to 10 years in prison, a $250,000 fine, and 3 years of supervised release, the documents show. The second count, a false statement related to the information required to be kept by a federal firearms licensed dealer, can garner up to 5 years in prison, a $250,000 fine, and 3 years of supervised release. And number 3, a third count, possession of a firearm by a person who is an unlawful user of or addicted to a controlled substance, which can land up to a maximum of 10 years in prison, a $250,000 fine, and 3 years of supervised release, according to documents. Now, if they combine it all together, it's 225 years and $750,000. But Hunter Biden's charges follow a collapsed plea agreement on July. At the time, he was expected to plead guilty to 2 misdemeanor tax counts of willful failure to pay federal income tax as part of a plea deal to avoid jail time on a felony gun charge. But if you remember, the judge in that case basically was reading through it and said, well, wait a minute. If he takes this plea, that means that anything that comes up in the future, he may fall under the same plea agreement. And the judge says, I can't sign off on this. So that's why this is coming around. But I'm going to go ahead and come out of that, because then, of course, after that, they start talking about the impeachment inquiry, which is not our, well, it is our concern, but it's not looking at what we focus on here. Now, obviously, this is very political. If you remember, when his girlfriend, ex-sister-in-law, threw out his gun, the Secret Service went to the federal firearms dealer and tried to procure the 4473. I have seen the 4473, and he did check. He was not an illegal user of drugs. I've seen it. I can't put it up because YouTube's going to jump in and either like age restrict or do something. So, but I have seen it, and he did check no, which we know is a lie. They've had plenty of House committee meetings where this fact has been brought up time and time again. Now, this is obviously very, as I said, very political, because this also is showing a double standard. a set of rules for the elite and a set of rules for us. Because if we had fallen under any of these charges, we'd be done already. But due to his influence peddling with his his very infamous last name of Biden, it seems that he's been getting handled with kid gloves. You remember, I did a video and I questioned, remember, the first gun that his girlfriend, ex-sister-in-law threw away was a revolver. Remember, I did a story about, remember when you see in a hotel room with a prostitute weighing out crack, you also had another firearm, which was a semi-automatic. Nothing has been said about that gun. And I question, where did that gun come from? How did he procure it? Is it legal? But nobody's really talking about that firearm. They're only talking about the revolver, which is one of the charges here. Now, this is going to get interesting because we're going to watch this play out. Because once again, he's been handled with kid gloves, and anybody else would basically be doing prison time already. They'd be done. But once again, we shall see, because as I said, rules for thee, not for me, is definitely in play here in this whole case, because he tried to basically plead away the gun charges, and the judge was not having it.
You wonder, though, if justice will be served. I still go back to this point that a lot of people who have been watching this very closely, legal scholars and the like, have said since David Weiss is in charge, this indictment just may be a formality in some ways to bring this all to the surface and then try to cut another sweetheart deal. I don't think the American people would accept that, but we'll see.
It's a great point. You have to remember, and everybody does, that these indictments aren't the fresh result of David Weiss's work. They're the result of him going to a judge, putting something in front of a judge, not even a particularly friendly judge to, or an anti-friendly judge to Hunter Biden. And the judge says, "What have you brought me? What in the world is this?" And Weiss and his team basically had to say, well, we really don't have an explanation for it. This is sort of an embarrassment indictment that came after a job not well done. And so that question remains, is this for real?
Right.
But we shall see. But I think they may just be doing this for show, because in the end, I don't think he's going to get anything from it. But let me know what you think. As always, you can leave your comments in the comment section below. And as always, any statements of violence or statements that lead to violence will be removed. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified the next time a video goes live. I will see you on the next one. Peace.